Hey, so welcome to the live stream. So I'm going to be channeling Archangel Raphael, and Raphael will come through me and speak according to who listens to these live streams. So he'll give relevant messages for everyone. Um, yes, and just before starting, just to mention that for one-to-ones, they can be bought by my Archangel Raphael healing website. For groups, they're on the Gen website. For 5-minute messages, they're also on the Archangel Raphael site. So all that's on the description. I'm just going to let Archangel Raphael come in. I would like you to know that what I'm seeing at the moment is that energies are very much going forwards in ways where you may feel at times that life is very much about moving forwards in ways which are to do with the earth, where there are things going on which are more grounded, earthly. For example, you may feel inside that there is a lot going on around really needing to get certain things done, completed, whether it is something to do with a very grounded activity, such as something in your home, or something else to do with your work in some way or another. But it is a time where things do need to happen on a more earthly level. And that is actually because energies are all about people really making progress now. That what has happened in the year is that energies have actually come together in such a way where actually there is a lot of progress that is able to be made at this time. So I will say to those of you who are feeling inside, perhaps life is not moving for you. Remember that it may be for you that there is something here to look at, something to clear. But generally, it is a time of movement, perhaps in ways where you are not necessarily in your own, perhaps in ways where you are not necessarily fully yet in your own energy. So you may be moving forwards, but then noticing things which are not quite right. But then you will make corrections in very earthly ways. So it may be you move forwards and then feel like something is not quite aligning to your inner core. But then you will make changes. And the reason for this is that energies at the moment are really favoring this kind of earthly action. Also, because what has happened is something has actually cleared enough in the collective energies for progress to be made. So it is just a reminder, and it doesn't mean that you have to in any way make things happen, but just flow with what feels right. Go with what feels aligned and see if you are able to actually keep going forwards in that way. And if you can't, then just take a few moments to look at what can be corrected, aligned, so that you can go forwards. The general sort of energy is a bit more active, a bit more like you can get the things done you have wanted to for a while, even if these things are perhaps things which do not require much energy, but they are just things that can get done at this time. The other message I have for today is that it is really important to remember that every single person who is here is meant to be here in this moment. And what I mean by this is that when you are here in this particular energy stream and hearing these words, you are here because you are meant to be. And what I'm trying to say is that these messages will be for you. And if you are feeling inside that there is a lot going on, there will also be answers here. So I will include all of you. And for some of you, I do see that you are feeling a bit fed up, like there is really a lot going on inside around just feeling fed up, like so much is in your life which perhaps does not feel right. And for those of you, I would like to say that these parts of your life can change at the moment, that there will be changes, but the changes will not come by you trying to figure out solutions. They will come through your higher self. So, all the things that do not feel right, notice them and offer them up to Source, and something will transform for you at this time. So, it is just a reminder. It is also good for you to know that there is no real energy in the world at the moment around people staying in situations which are stuck, that generally this energy is just not supported anymore, that people who stay stuck will feel inside that they need to actually get unstuck. And people who like to just be stuck are in some way or another in that frequency. What they will find is that they will be supported to move forwards but not to stay where they are. So it is really good for you to know that everything is changing, even if you do not want it actually on some level. Change will come, but it will just be that your resistance will make it harder. So be open to changes, allow your higher self to make these changes. Don't get involved with your ego and yourself, which is actually part of the problem itself. Let the problem be resolved in a higher way. And remember that all the angels are working on this on your behalf, helping you. So it is a reminder that the angelic community is helping. It is all about change at the moment, resolving things which have been stuck for a long time, clearing up even ancestral energies that have been stuck for a long time. But it is all about clearing this. It is all about going forwards. It is also about something else, which is actually going into a frequency that is new earth, which is very much about a new way of being, a new way of living, a way of living that is actually in one way or another aligning to the oneness, whether it is by going into deeper aspects of being here on earth and living in harmony with all life, including the natural kingdom, or whether it is actually about going deeper and actually being absolutely true and authentic to yourself, to your higher self. Whether it is that your role is more about actually being in harmony in another way, being able to be very much in a state where everything is able to come back to balance and harmony, where things are resolved, where there is a deeper sense of things which have not been resolved for a long time, being able to. But whatever your role is, you will find that it is ultimately about new earth and bringing this frequency in. This is really what is happening at this time, that something is transforming so that new earth can actually ground more deeply, and through this there is peace, harmony on earth. So it is a reminder about this. I also would like to confirm that every single person here is part of this frequency. You may not feel like it. You may feel heavy at times, like you are not able to be here. But it is actually an energy moving, transforming. But you are all ultimately here to be a part of New Earth, to bring these frequencies in. And as I speak on this subject, you will get information yourself about the role you have in this. I also would like to clarify that those of you who have concerns which are very earthly, perhaps to do with things like finances, material resources, or even administration issues, things which are to do with the legal system, but things that feel quite heavy to you, like they are the complete opposite of the vibration you are looking to be in, things which are earth heavy, which are more material. Those of you who struggle with these things, I would like to say something that is really meant for you in this moment, which is that these matters are now going to be resolved in a higher way. So, those of you who really struggle with this are going to actually find that there is higher intervention now. So, if it is, for example, you have a backlog of paperwork, things you have not been able to manage for a while, something will happen. And it will be by actually noticing the problem first. And then something will happen to really help this be resolved. So, I am speaking to those of you who have been struggling on these matters for a while, that there will be intervention, and the intervention will come in through much higher energies, noticing the things that need to be resolved in order for your life to move forwards. So it is a reminder about this. The other thing I would like to speak about today is energies generally. Energies may not always be really high because there is a lot being resolved. So sometimes for resolution to happen, you end up for a while in certain frequencies just so it can all be cleared up. So some of you may be quite involved at the moment in earthly aspects of life, and so you may not feel like you are in a really high frequency. Perhaps you feel like you would like to be doing other things instead. And what I will say to those of you in this situation is, as the more earthly aspects of life are resolved, you will actually feel lighter. Your vibration will go up. So sometimes by going into things which are feeling heavier, you actually lighten your load significantly and you end up feeling much lighter, clearer. So it is just a reminder about this. I also would like to share that there will always be changes on earth that are brought about by people who are a bit like the ones who are willing to go into the places that feel heavier with the light of oneness. So, what I will say is that the real deep changes in life are often brought about by people who are willing to go to the heavier places, but they go in a light way. They go with their higher self and they sort out the problem. So it is just a reminder that sometimes your life may feel a bit heavy, but it is actually because you are literally raising the vibration of the earth by going to these heavier places, engaging with them, but in a light way. But in that moment, it just may feel a bit like a denser vibration to be in, just for a while. So that is the sort of energy I see at the moment. A lot going on the earth plane, a lot of activity, a lot of energy actually being created by people engaging with things on earth. And through this, you will actually find a lot more energy generally in your life, a lot more light, that these things will support you. So it is good to just engage with what you are guided to do and not worry about being in slightly heavier vibrations at the moment. Do what you need to, and also remember that ultimately life is an experience that is all about coming back to the light of oneness and being in it, expressing it. And sometimes, as a result of this, you are called to do things, you are guided to do things which you may have not even realized for a while needed doing. But when you do them, you realize how much light there is there, how much energy you end up actually releasing, freeing up in a really good way so that new things can be created on earth. So that is what I see. The week ahead will be one that will be about doing more work in an earthly way, but in the frequency of your higher self. It is also a week where you may notice that sometimes you feel a bit like you need to clear your energy just to stay in a lighter vibration. So it is also good to have some time to do this. That is all. Hmm. Yeah, so thank you everyone for being part of this and wishing you a really good week ahead and lots of love to all of you.